You don't have to be broken for them to destroy you. You just have to look breakable. Machiavelli didn't survive by being strong. He survived by appearing untouchable. If you want power, you must learn this. Never bleed in front of wolves. Even if you're dying, make them believe you're ready to kill. They don't attack you because you're weak. They attack you because you look weak. Machiavelli didn't warn you about enemies. He warned you about appearing soft. If you want to be untouchable, the first step is to kill the illusion of vulnerability. The world doesn't care how much you're hurting, only how you present yourself. You might be bleeding internally, but if they can see it, they will exploit it. Machiavelli said, "Everyone sees what you appear to be. Few experience what you really are." That means perception is everything. You must master the image of strength, even when you're broken inside. Never show public struggle. No crying on social media. No complaining to people who don't need to know. Suffer in silence, because every time you show weakness, someone is watching and calculating. Next, speak less, observe more. The more you talk, the more weapons you hand your enemies. If no one knows what you're thinking, they fear what you might do. Unpredictability is power. Silence is a strategy. Machiavelli believed those who survive aren't necessarily the strongest, but those who cannot be read. Strip emotion from your decision-making. Emotional people are easy to trap. They make impulsive decisions, beg for forgiveness, and regret their actions later. Not you. Your goal is to replace "how do I feel" with "what does this achieve?" Being good won't protect you. Being strategic will. Let go of your need to be liked. If you're focused on approval, you are easily manipulated. Machiavelli famously said, "It is better to be feared than loved." If you cannot be both, make people respect your presence, not crave your attention. When they fear disappointing you, they obey. When they love you too much, they use you. Finally, cut off anyone who wants too much access. Access is control. The more people can reach you, the more they study your patterns, your emotions, your weaknesses. Control access like a fortress controls its gates. Be friendly but distant, present but elusive. Let them see your shadow more than your face. The untouchable are not overexposed. They are legends. The illusion of vulnerability is an invitation for others to destroy you. If they believe you can be hurt, they will try. But if you destroy that illusion, if you become a mirror they can't read, a storm they can't predict, they will think twice. And thinking twice is all you need to win. Power isn't about truth, it's about perception. Machiavelli understood that people are too lazy to look beneath the surface. So the surface is what you control. If you want to be untouchable, you must master the image you present to the world. Your reality doesn't matter, only what they think is real. Control how they see you, and you control how they treat you. Most people expose themselves. They overshare, they explain. They defend, they seek sympathy. That's weakness. You don't owe anyone your truth. You owe yourself the advantage. Begin by crafting your identity like a weapon. Be seen only how you want to be seen. If you want to be respected, appear cold and competent. If you want to be feared, let your silence feel like a threat. Every movement, every word, every expression must serve a purpose. Reveal nothing unnecessary. Your power comes from being unreadable. Once people figure you out, they begin to map your weaknesses, test your limits, and challenge your control. Never let them see the full picture. Always leave something unknown. Let them guess, let them doubt. Let them whisper about what you might do next. Fear grows in silence and shadows. Machiavelli warned that people are manipulated by appearances more than facts. So use that to your advantage. If you are struggling, appear calm. If you are unsure, act decisive. If you're planning revenge, smile like a friend. Master the art of deception, not because you want to hurt others, but because you refuse to let them hurt you. In a world where perception defines status, reality becomes irrelevant. You can be strong and still be treated like a joke if your image is weak, and you can be hollow inside, but be feared like a god if your image is ruthless. Untouchable people do not beg to be seen for who they truly are. They craft the version of themselves that cannot be challenged. They design their persona like a shield, one that reflects intimidation, not desperation. Your posture, your words, your presence, it all must be intentional. There is no room for accident. From this point forward, you must understand that everything you do sends a message. So choose every signal with purpose. When you enter a room, enter like a threat. When you speak, speak like a consequence. When you're silent, let the silence burn like warning. You are no longer just a person. You are a presence. And presence is what makes people hesitate. Perception is the leash or the sword. Control it and you will not be touched. Lose control of it and you'll be everyone's target. So build your image like a fortress. Hide your weaknesses behind silence. Hide your intentions behind confidence. And make sure that every version of you they see terrifies them enough to never test the real one. Loyalty is a beautiful word until you realize it's used to control you. Machiavelli knew that loyalty is rarely pure. It's transactional. People are loyal to their interests, not to you. The moment your value drops, their loyalty vanishes. If you want to be untouchable, erase the illusion that loyalty protects you. It doesn't. Power protects you. Stop building emotional bonds and start building leverage. Leverage keeps people in line. If someone respects you only because they like you, they'll betray you the moment they don't. But if they respect you because they need you or fear the consequences of crossing you, they'll stay loyal even if they hate your guts. That's the truth no one wants to admit. Power makes people behave. Don't be fooled by kind words or long friendships. Many people are just waiting for the right opportunity to benefit from your downfall. So stay 10 steps ahead. Keep control of what others need. Make yourself indispensable or dangerous. You must be the one who holds the rope, not the one dangling from it, trusting others not to let go. Machiavelli didn't trust loyalty. He trusted power dynamics. Keep people close, but always maintain the upper hand. Give just enough to make them depend on you, but never enough to make you dependent on them. If someone does you a favor, repay them with strength, not weakness. Never grovel, never owe too much. Always maintain the ability to walk away, because the person who can leave is the one in control. Emotional attachment is the enemy of strategy. You can love people, but never let love blind you. Be observant. The most dangerous people are not your enemies. They are the ones who pretend to be allies while waiting for your guard to drop. The untouchable build alliances, not friendships. They understand that even the closest bond can be broken by ambition, jealousy, or fear, so they prepare. They don't make promises they can't break. They don't believe in forever. They believe in timing, control, and options, and that mindset keeps them undefeated. Loyalty is a weakness if it's blind. Let others swear their allegiance. Let them say they'll never turn on you. Smile, nod, but prepare for the day they will. Because when that day comes, you won't beg, you won't cry. You'll already have their replacement in place. You'll already have the upper hand. And that's what makes you untouchable. Not who's loyal to you, but how well you've secured your position, even when they're not. Hesitation is a luxury the powerful cannot afford. Emotion is the weapon your enemies want you to use. Because once you start feeling, you stop thinking. Machiavelli understood this long before psychology gave it names. He didn't romanticize revenge. He strategized it. He didn't act out of anger. He acted out of necessity. That is how the untouchable rise. They strike only when the strike guarantees control. If you let anger drive you, you will miss. You will overreact. You will be exposed. But if you detach, if you become cold, surgical, and calculating, every move becomes a step toward dominance. The untouchable are not heartless, they are focused. You must learn to override your emotions, not suppress them entirely, but command them like tools. Let anger fuel preparation, not outbursts. Let betrayal inspire silence and strategy, not tears or threats. Your enemy must never know how much it affected you. If they believe they shook you, they already won. But if they hit you and you don't flinch, if you respond with calm precision, they begin to doubt their power. That doubt becomes your weapon. You must become the type of person who can smile at someone's throat while planning how to crush it behind closed doors. Not because you enjoy cruelty, but because mercy is wasted on those who try to destroy you. When you strike in a way that leaves no opportunity for retaliation. Half measures are an invitation for future wars. When it's time to move, you don't ask questions. You don't warn, you end the threat. Burn the bridge. Remove the piece from the board. Your enemies must fear what you'll do, not hope for how you'll forgive. That doesn't mean public violence. It means psychological dominance, economic destruction, social isolation, reputation ruin. Silence their voice, break their influence, make it impossible for them to stand again without crawling. That's not cruelty. It's survival in a world where weakness invites slaughter. The untouchable don't play fair. They play to end the game. If someone tries to sabotage you, destroy the hand they used. If they lie about you, make the truth louder and uglier for them. If they try to steal your opportunity, take everything they hope to gain and crush it under your progress. This isn't about pettiness. This is about finality. Emotional people go back and forth, unsure if they're doing the right thing. The untouchable don't flinch. They know that if the enemy is not neutralized, they will return stronger, so they remove the option. Machiavelli said a ruler must know how to be both beast and man. The beast strikes without fear. The man calculates when and where to strike. Together, they create the perfect weapon. A mind that plans and a presence that dominates. That's who you must become. Calm, emotionless, lethal. Never act in the heat of the moment. Wait, observe, plan. Then move with no emotion, no drama, just results. The ones who play victim will try to make you feel guilty. Don't fall for it. Guilt is a tactic to disarm you. Your only responsibility is to your own position. If they wanted mercy, they shouldn't have started the war. If they regret what they did, let that regret rot them from the inside. You don't exist to fix their conscience. You exist to maintain your dominance. That's not arrogance. That's self-preservation. Don't explain your actions. Don't announce your strategy. Execute silently. The best strikes are the ones that come with no warning and leave no trace. When you act completely, emotionless, precise, and then walk away like nothing happened. Let the world wonder how it fell apart. Let your enemies sit in the silence of your aftermath. That silence is louder than any scream. The untouchable don't seek approval for their decisions. They don't justify. They don't defend. They don't whine. They eliminate problems and move forward. That's what it means to be a strategist, not a servant of emotion. You don't get attached to outcomes. You don't chase revenge to feel better. You chase victory to secure power. Every act of retaliation is just a move in a larger game. And if that game ends with your enemy powerless, your reputation untouchable, and your mind clear, you've won. And you did it without breaking, without folding, without ever letting them know how close they came to touching your throne. They tried, they failed, you remained. Because while they played with feelings, you played for keeps. To become untouchable, you must disappear in plain sight. Power is safest when it's invisible. The most dangerous person in the room is never the one who speaks loudest or stands in the spotlight. It's the one observing quietly, controlling the room without saying a word. Machiavelli understood this. Once they know you're in control, they start planning how to take it from you. But if you rule from the shadows, they won't even know who to strike. Visibility invites envy. Attention invites sabotage. Influence without exposure is invincibility. Your strength should never be on display. It should be suspected, whispered about, never confirmed. The untouchable understand that the more people look at you, the more they prepare for your downfall. But when you're hidden, you can't be targeted. You're the wind, not the storm. The hand behind the throne, not the face on the banner. The key to ultimate power is control without credit. Let others wear the crown while you own the kingdom. Let them fight over titles and applause while you quietly direct outcomes. This is how you stay undefeated, by being everywhere and nowhere at the same time. You must learn to influence people without owning them, guide situations without getting tied to them, win battles without even showing your presence. Let others feel like they're in control. Feed their ego. Let them think they're leading while you shape the path. The more they believe they're independent, the more they serve your interest unknowingly. That's not manipulation, it's mastery. And mastery is the mark of the untouchable. Stop trying to prove your worth. Stop broadcasting your strength. The most powerful moves are the ones no one sees. Your enemy can't block a punch they don't know is coming. When you're invisible, you're unpredictable. When you're unpredictable, you're unstoppable. Silence is your weapon. Mystery is your shield. Influence from the shadows makes people trust you more, because you're not threatening their ego. They'll confide in you, they'll rely on you, and they won't realize that every step they take is one you've placed for them. The moment people start watching you too closely, you become vulnerable. Your patterns become readable. Your image becomes a target, so pull back. Detach from the need to be seen, praised, or validated. Your identity should be a mask. Your intentions unreadable. The more unpredictable you become, the more chaotic your enemies become. They start guessing, and guessing leads to mistakes. They will chase shadows, fight phantoms, while you remain still calm, in control. The untouchable don't just win, they make others fall apart trying to understand how they win. You're not here to impress, you're here to orchestrate. Let others have the spotlight. Let them burn under its heat. You remain in the dark, cool, calculating. When others rise too fast and too bright, they draw fire, but you stay low, building a foundation no one can shake. Let your name be forgotten. Let your face be unknown, but let your impact be undeniable. Let every victory be credited to someone else. As long as you control the board, be the strategist who never plays all his cards. Be the master who never reveals his full arsenal. Appear weak when you're strong. Appear disinterested when you're invested. Be underestimated until it's too late. That's how you dominate. Machiavelli wrote that it is better to be feared than loved, but it is best to be neither and still control both. If this video gave you a wake-up call, don't just scroll past, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss a lesson that could change everything. This is more than content. It's strategy for the mind, power for the soul, and armor for the world that wants to break you. Every week, we drop raw, unfiltered truths that sharpen your mindset and make you untouchable. If you're serious about rising above the noise, this is where it starts. Stay ahead. Stay dangerous. Stay untouchable. Hit that button, because the next move is always yours. You a truth your modern world dares not whisper. If you want to rule, never let your heart beat faster than your strategy. The man who cares more is at the mercy of the one who cares less. Why? Because emotion is leverage. It can be pulled, pushed, twisted. The one who needs nothing cannot be seduced, cannot be guilted, cannot be played. That is what I call power. So what must you do? Withdraw, but not entirely. Remain close enough to tempt, far enough to torment. Give just enough warmth to spark interest. Then freeze, make your presence rare. Make your silence loud. Let others project their hopes onto you. Then watch them unravel in the pursuit of a fantasy you never promised. They'll call you cruel, let them. They'll call you cold, smile. They'll say you lack empathy. good, the lion does not pity the lamb. The storm does not apologize for drowning the weak. And power, real power, is never earned by being loved. It is taken by being feared, desired, and never fully known. When you care too much, your enemies can smell it. They'll know where to strike. They'll know how to guilt you, bait you, make you chase closure, make you over-explain. But when you care less, they panic, they beg, they spiral. They reveal their hands while you keep yours close to your chest. You must understand this is not a game of morality. It is a game of dominance. Detachment is not apathy. It is strategic indifference. You still see, you still think, but you do not attach. You do not overinvest. You never place your power in someone else's pocket. When you are indifferent, you become unpredictable. When you are unpredictable, you become dangerous. And danger, my dear listener, is the most seductive quality in this world. It makes people respect you. It makes people obey you. It makes people afraid to lose you. Do not chase. Do not explain. Do not justify. Stand still. Let them come to you. Because the one who cares less does not just survive. He dominates. And if you still doubt me, let me remind you, kings are not crowned for compassion. They are crowned for control. And control is born in indifference. Emotional detachment is not coldness. It is calculation. It is not the absence of feeling, but the domination of it. While the masses are enslaved by their reactions, the powerful man watches, unmoved, unreadable and untouchable. You see, when you care too much, you leak your strategy. You telegraph your weakness. You reveal what matters to you. And once that information leaves your mouth, it becomes a weapon in someone else's hand. The manipulator smiles, not because you are strong, but because you are transparent. You are predictable, and predictable men are controllable. The battlefield of life does not reward honesty of emotion. It rewards the art of concealment. You think they respect your vulnerability. No, they store it. You think they value your openness. No, they study it. Every outburst, every confession, every moment of desperation is an insight, not into your soul, but into how to break you. The one who cares less sets the pace of the interaction. They decide when to engage, when to withdraw, and when to destroy. Because nothing can be used against a man who remains unreadable. You must learn to respond, not react. The masses react to words, to insults, to praise, to silence. But reaction is slavery. The powerful man calculates. He sees the insult but does not flinch. He hears the lie but does not correct it. He feels the chaos around him but remains still. This stillness unnerves people. It creates psychological distance, and that distance is power. It forces others to step toward you, while you remain anchored in control. In relationships, business, or politics, the same law applies. The less you invest emotionally, the more leverage you hold. If they cry and you remain calm, they spiral. If they rage and you stare in silence, they break. If they ignore you and you don't chase, they question their value. In every exchange, your ability to remain unbothered is your advantage. You are not heartless. You are selective with what enters your heart. Most are too eager to connect, to bond, to explain themselves. The man of power withholds. He listens more than he speaks. He allows discomfort to work in his favor. Silence is a weapon. Indifference is a fortress. Detachment is a strategy. These are not traits of a weak man. These are tools of rulers, conquerors, and kings. People chase what they can't have. They respect what doesn't beg, and they obey what they cannot predict. When you become emotionally economical, when you no longer give your reactions away for free, you become enigmatic. And the enigmatic man is dangerous because no one knows where to aim. Look around you. The most respected men are not loud. They are reserved. They say less. They smile less. They care less. And that very absence of emotional need turns them into centers of gravity. Others revolve around them. The weak orbit the strong, hoping for validation. But the man who learns detachment never orbits. He pulls people into his world, and remains untouched by theirs. The world may try to shame you for this. They'll say you're distant, cold, emotionless. Let them. Their criticism is proof that you're becoming powerful, because the weak man's emotions are his leash, but yours are your weapons, drawn only when necessary and never wasted. In a world begging for attention, the one who withholds it controls it. They will call it apathy, coldness, indifference, but what they fail to grasp is that detachment is the throne upon which power sits. The man who learns to care less is not heartless. He is focused, strategic, immune to the chaos of emotional puppeteers. Let them feel, let them bleed. You instead must watch. Watch how easily people are controlled when their hearts override their minds. Do you want to see who holds the power in any room? It is not the loudest, not the one who needs validation, praise, or comfort. It is the one who does not flinch when others panic, who does not chase when others withdraw, who stays still while others beg. That man is untouchable. That man leads. And to lead, you must first learn to silence the need to be accepted. You see, when you care too much, you expose your weaknesses. You place your peace in the hands of others, and once they sense it, once they know they can make you react, they own you. Like a puppet dangling from their fingers, you dance to their tune. But the man who does not react, the man who walks away rather than argue, he rewrites the script. He becomes the storm no one can predict. Most men fail not because they lack strength, but because they seek affection. They want to be liked, understood, forgiven. Fools. These are luxuries, not necessities. Power is not earned through kindness. It is earned through mystery, through silence, through never letting the world know what rattles you, excites you, or devastates you. To care less is not to abandon humanity. It is to control your own. Imagine two warriors in battle. One fights for glory, the other for survival. Who do you think is more dangerous? The man fighting to impress dies first. The man fighting with nothing to prove, with no desire for applause, outlives them all. Your life must be like that battlefield. You must play the game as if applause means nothing, as if victory is only real when earned in solitude. Detachment is not a lack of emotion. It is the presence of discipline. Emotional control is not weakness. It is weaponry. You may feel, you may care, but never should your enemies see it. Your woman may leave. Your friend may betray you. Your rivals may plot. You will not flinch. You will not weep. You will nod and move forward. The cold silence you wield will terrify them more than 1,000 screams. There is something haunting about a man who does not react. In a world addicted to drama, to validation, to noise, he becomes the enigma, the ghost in the room. People want to provoke you to prove they matter. Deny them that privilege when they insult you. Smile when they threaten you. Blink when they beg for a response. Give them none. This is how the truly powerful speak, with silence. To be feared is simple. To be loved is beautiful. But to be respected without ever raising your voice, that is an art. And it is the art of detachment. Those who fear losing you will cling tighter. Those who know you cannot be moved will fall in line. The man who can walk away from anything, be it wealth, love, reputation, becomes the man everyone chases, because his power is not in his hands, it is in his mind. I say to you, stop caring who likes you. Start caring who fears losing your presence. Stop chasing apologies, closure, or understanding. Start mastering your indifference, your calmness under fire, your silence in betrayal. That is power, that is control. And in this world, the one who controls more wins, the one who cares less reigns. Let us now turn to your greatest test: relationships, romantic, familial, social. It is here that most powerful men are disarmed, not on the battlefield, but in the bedroom, not by sword, but by soft voices and illusions of love. You think love is pure? Think again. Love is war wearing perfume. And the one who cares less in love wins every time. They will teach you to give your heart, to be vulnerable, to communicate. These are not strategies, they are traps. Because in every relationship, someone holds the leash, and it's never the one who shows their cards first. The one who waits, who observes, who does not confess until necessary. He is the one who dictates the pace. You must be that man. You must master emotional distance even when your body is close. You can't be manipulated if you don't need them. That is the golden law. Dependency breeds weakness. Whether it's love, validation, or attention, once you need it, you've lost the war. This is how they control you. With sweet words, temporary affection, promises of permanence, and when you believe them, they own you. But the man who cares less, who knows love can be a weapon, he stays in power, he walks if needed, and when he walks, they break. Your strength lies in your ability to say no, not just to your enemies, but to the people you care about. They will test you. They will ask for sacrifices, compromises, little pieces of your soul in exchange for peace. Decline with elegance, with calm, but decline. You were not born to serve someone else's comfort. You were born to rule your own reality. And if that makes you cold, so be it. Ice is harder than fire. Consider the serpent. It does not roar. It does not chase. It waits. It strikes only when it must. You must be like the serpent in your personal life. Quiet, calculating, unreadable. Do not over-explain. Do not justify your absence, your silence, your ambition. The more they understand you, the easier you are to manipulate. So remain a mystery, even to those closest to you. And when you are betrayed, as you inevitably will be, show no reaction. They expect rage. They expect you to beg, to fight, to spiral. Deny them that satisfaction. Say nothing. Walk away. That silence will haunt them longer than your anger ever could, because true power is not revenge. It is indifference. Revenge is an emotional reaction. Indifference is divine judgment. When others are driven by their hearts, you must be guided by your mind. That is how you stay 10 steps ahead. Emotions make people impulsive, desperate, predictable, but you will not chase closure. You will not seek validation. You will not explain your value. You will simply exist, unbothered, unattached, and untouchable. This is not cruelty. It is survival. You must stop romanticizing connection. Connection is a tool. Use it. Don't worship it. Be capable of love. Yes, but only from a position of power. Give affection, not your core. Be kind, but never available. Listen, but never reveal. Because the moment they feel they have access to your soul, they will shape it for their benefit. You must become a fortress, strong on the outside, empty on the inside, impenetrable, detached. Your worth is not in your ability to please people. It's in your refusal to be controlled by them. And when people realize they cannot mold you, that you're unmovable, they will do one of two things: fear you or worship you. Both are acceptable outcomes. So let this be your creed. Never let love make you weak. Never let friendships dull your blade. Never let anyone's tears pull you from your path. You are not a therapist. You are not a savior. You are a strategist. And in the grand game of power, those who remain emotionally neutral dominate those who drown in sentiment. Remember, the man who cares less is never lost, because he is never attached. And the one who cannot be owned cannot be broken. Let us conclude with the ultimate truth. Control is not granted, it is taken. And it is taken not by those who shout the loudest, nor by those who beg to be understood, but by the one who can remain silent while others scream. The man who can walk away without flinching. The one who can starve his own emotions, while the world tries to feed him poison wrapped in affection. They will call you arrogant, unreachable, cold. Let them. Weak men need warmth to function. Powerful men radiate fire from within. They don't seek comfort, they create tension. They do not submit to the need for closure, reassurance, or approval. They write their own narrative, and in it, they are always in control. Do you understand now why the one who cares less wins? Because he refuses to let his inner world be dictated by external circumstances. The storm may rage outside, but inside, he is still calm, focused, untouched. That is what makes people fear him. He cannot be moved. Look closely at the people who command respect. They are not the ones chasing connection. They are the ones too rare to be reached, too disciplined to be dragged into emotional games. They are not mirrors, they are walls. You don't look into them, you crash into them. And here is the brutal paradox. When you care less, people care more. They are magnetized by your silence. They chase your attention. They obsess over your indifference. Why? Because most people are addicted to being needed. They crave the feeling of being important. When you strip them of that illusion, they spiral, they try harder. They give more, but you don't move. You let them exhaust themselves in your orbit while you remain centered, powerful, and free. Freedom is the ultimate form of power, and to achieve it, you must be emotionally sovereign. No one should be able to trigger you, bait you, or manipulate you. Your detachment is your armor. Your ability to walk away is your sword, and your silence is your crown. Stop explaining yourself. Stop seeking understanding. Stop justifying your ambition, your distance, your discipline. Most won't understand you because they are not meant to. Let them gossip, let them doubt, let them misunderstand. You weren't born to be liked, you were born to be respected. Control isn't just about others, it's about you. Can you delay gratification? Can you say no when everyone expects yes? Can you choose power over pleasure, discipline over chaos, your future over their opinions? If you can, you don't just win, you dominate. Detachment isn't emptiness, it's intelligence. It's the realization that nothing is permanent, neither their love nor their hate. You don't ride their emotional roller coasters. You build your own empire on still ground. Let others react, you respond. Let others chase, you choose. Let others beg, you walk. Be the one who cares less, not because you are bitter, but because you are focused. Because you have seen what caring too much does. It weakens, it blinds, it chains. And you were never meant to be anyone's slave, not even to your own emotions. So rise above, detach, observe, control. This is the Machiavellian way. Ruthless, calculated, supreme. Now, if this message burned through your illusions and lit something cold and sharp inside you, subscribe. If you're ready to stop being manipulated, dominated, and pulled like a puppet by people who barely know their own motives, like the video, share it with someone who still believes caring too much is a virtue. Because power doesn't beg, power doesn't chase, power watches, power chooses, and power always cares less.